Hey YouTube, got another video review for you today. This is from a company by the name of ADDW1, and this is a catch can, an oil catch can for the 2014 and newer GM trucks. And this catch can fits the 4.3, the 5.3, and the 6.2. So, if you own a GM truck, you're definitely going to want to watch this video. And, if you're watching right now and you're saying, hey, what's a catch can used for? Well, your engine is going to have some blow by, and you don't want all that sludge and stuff from the blow by getting into your intake system and clogging up all that, and start getting poor performance out of your vehicle. So this catch can just helps catch all that blow by before it goes back into your intake systems. Pretty much just a quick way to explain it to you. So anyways, you can Google it, but anyways, most of you that are watching this video already know what it is, so I'm not going to get into all that. So anyways, I just wanted to show you the catch can and some of the stuff that it comes with, and just show you some of the features and all that. So just hang out with me. The first thing that I noticed when I got the catch can out of the box was these fittings here, and it comes with the quick disconnect fittings that your GM truck will have, and all you have to do is just pull your old hoses off and snap these new ones in. Like I said, it's quick disconnect, and when you push it on, it pops into place, and then to take it off, you just mash right here on the tab on each side. You just squeeze it like this, and you can see it opens up a little bit, and it's really simple to get on and off. And so that's a great advantage. I know a lot of the other companies offer this, so I'm glad to see that this company offers a direct fit. And over to the catch can, I will say that it's really heavy duty made. I noticed that it was heavier than a lot of the catch cans that I've seen and picked up. It seems like it weighs a little bit more. Now I'll go ahead and say it's bigger than the JLT catch can that I reviewed several months back. It's a little bit bigger, and it does seem to weigh a little bit more. Of course, it is a little bit bigger, so it's going to weigh a little bit more, but it seemed like it was a little more beefy. So anyways, it is made out of high quality 6061 aircraft aluminum. So, it's going to be, people always say aircraft aluminum's lightweight, and I guess it is, but when you make one as thick as this, it seems like it's got some pretty good weight to it. But anyways, when you get it, it won't have these little nipples attached to it. You'll have to put those on yourself, so you will need some Teflon tape and an adjustable wrench to tighten those on. Now, one other feature on this can that I haven't seen on any other can is it right here on the top. It has a spot for like a little oil dipstick, and if you wanted to check the oil level inside the can without having to unscrew the whole bottom of it, then you just unscrew this little dipstick, and it shows you whereabouts it's at. And it's got little marks on there so you can tell if it's getting full or not. One other thing is it's got a little O-ring right in there on the dipstick. I like that, and I like the way that they put that in there so it seals the can back up. And plus, it's got a little area down in there that's kind of notched out, so this O-ring fits into. So I do like that feature, because it is a pain in the butt sometimes to have to unscrew that whole cap. For some of you. To me, it's not that big of a deal, but it is what it is. Now, it's got these brackets here on the back, and the way that it's set up is you can rotate and put the bracket in different locations to turn the catch can in a certain way. And so I do like that. Now they offer this little bracket here, hooks into the top and curls down, and you can see that the way that it bends down, and then they give you another bracket that hooks onto this one, and this is what connects up above your firewall on your truck. And so the brackets seem to be made out of like an 1/8 inch aluminum, and then they anodized it to keep it all nice and pretty. But everything seems to be really well made on this catch can. I was pretty surprised. I didn't know what to expect from this company, because I haven't seen any of their other parts before until now, and I was pretty impressed. Now, if you are trying to customize the look of your vehicle, they sell a bunch of these little trim rings that goes around the catch can, and if that's your thing, then by God, they've got a ton of them. They've got probably 10 different colors: blue, green, red, silver. I mean, there's just a ton of different colors. So you can check out their website, and I think it's like $15-16 for one of these little rings to go around, and just to give it a custom look. And they also sell the catch can in a carbon fiber. I'd like to have seen that, but it's a little bit of an upgrade. I think it's right now they've got them on sale. Don't hold me to this. I think it's like a $60 upgrade to make this a carbon fiber can, and normally it's $100 or something. They're just doing a Christmas special. So anyways, make sure you check out that. And also, I was talking about the customizing and making certain things different colors. Well, they've got these little hose clamps right here, and I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, well, what is that? Yeah, it's a hose clamp. So when you put your hose right here on each nipple, you put this over top of it and tighten it down, and it acts as a hose clamp once you tighten it. So you get the idea. And so that is pretty cool. It does look different than your standard hose clamps. Now, again, this is another little add-on. It costs a little bit of money extra, but you don't need it if you don't want it. They supply you with just regular generic hose clamps. And I do have to say that whenever I opened the package up, I was pretty surprised at how everything was packaged. Everything come in a nice plastic package, and it seemed like it was all good quality. Like I said, the hose clamps were in one package. They sent both these nipples in one package. This little hose clamp piece was in one package, and then the brackets right here were in different packages. And so everything was packaged up nice. Nothing was scratched up. And so, I give them kudos for their packaging. It was great. It's nothing more disappointing than ordering a new part and getting it scratched. So they did supply a decal for your windshield. And anyways, I wanted to open the catch can up and show you what it looks like on the inside. I'm going to set the camera down, and I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, you can see I've taken the catch can apart, and I'll go ahead and tell you the bottom of the canister of the catch can, like I said, it's built solid. It's really thick, and it's heavy, and they built this thing to definitely last. The only thing that I could ever see wearing out on this catch can is the O-rings, and like I said, they have an O-ring there at the dipstick, and then there's an O-ring right here sealing the catch can, and then there's O-rings right here on those nipples. Not only do you have to put Teflon tape around the threads, but they also have an O-ring seal that seals it up to the can, which I was really impressed with that. And so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 O-rings to replace, and so they do sell replacements for this. And so it might be a good idea if you order one of these to get the O-ring kit that comes with it. And so anyways, I've got the bottom of the canister off, and you can see that it's got some machined grooves in there on the bottom of the can, and I guess this is just pretty much just to help you grip onto it when you're trying to take it off. And it's got some nice threads. You know, it ain't got just one or two, it's got quite a few threads going down through there, so it's going to seal up to the top part of the catch can really good. And then here on the bottom, you can see that it has a national pipe thread plug put in it, and they've got it sealed up. And the reason they do that is because they offer a drain kit for it. Now, you know, you can buy theirs, or you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's or a hardware store and buy you a drain valve and a piece of hose, and when it's time to drain it out, then you know, you just turn the valve. Me, I'm old-fashioned. I don't see any need for it, but you know, it ain't gonna be no problem for me just to unscrew this off. So you know, I didn't get the drain kit. So anyways, as far as the little trim ring that they give you, it just comes right off, and it just slides right on really easy. If you ordered the kit and you don't like the color it comes with, you can order another trim ring, and you know, it's not like you're stuck with, if you order red, you can't switch them out, you know, to a blue one. So anyways, now as far as the actual catch can itself and the workings of it, you know, this is it right here. You can see the dipstick is sticking out the top. I'll go ahead and unscrew that and get that out of the way. Give you an up close look at this right in here. Give you an idea of what it looks like. And you know, I'm gonna go ahead and pull those two little screws off that's holding this filter area piece here off the bottom and show you what that looks like as well. So alright guys, I'm back. As promised, I went ahead and pulled these two Allen key screws out of it, and you can see what the internal part of a catch can looks like. You can see that you know, there's really not a whole lot to see in there. There's just a area here where, you know, the nipples that you screwed in, there's an inlet and an outlet, you know, and you can see where it's threaded down through there, and it's open. You can stick your finger down in there, and so that it lets you know that it's you know, there's no restriction from going into the catch can from those hoses. So you know, it's pretty wide open. Now you know, you've got a hole right here. I don't know if you can see it right in there, and that's where the dipstick would feed through the top, and then you've got a threaded hole here and here, and that's where the bolts that I just took out threaded into. And so there's not really much to see on this top part, so it's just a nice chunk of aluminum. Now as far as the filter part, you can see you know, there's not a whole lot to it. There's some holes and some slots drilled into the aluminum, and you got a hole right here, and that's for the dipstick to feed through. And you know, other than that, there's this other little wing right here, and you know, basically it's just a bunch of holes. And so there's obviously not a whole lot to these catch cans. I haven't seen one that's really crazy as far as the design of it. You know, it's just really simple, and I think that's the truth with most of these catch cans. You know, they just have a bunch of holes and slots, and you know, some of them put some sort of media down in there, like filtering media, but you know, everybody's got their own design and claims theirs works better than one or another. But you know, with the catch can, it's kind of hard to do a comparison video or any of that, because, you know, each motor is going to have different amounts of blow by, and it's not like you can run the same motor at the same temperature, at the same speed, at the same time of year, you know, and, you know, all the factors are going to be different. All you can really do is just determine if one works and the other one doesn't. So, you know, I'm going to hook this one up to the to my 2017 GMC Sierra, and with the 6.2, and see how it does, and see if it traps oil. I know the JLT one that I have on there currently, it does a great job, and so they sent me this one, and I'll go ahead and tell you, this is by no means a sponsored or a paid video for Add W1. This is me just reviewing the product here in my kitchen. I reached out to them several months ago, and I said, hey guys, why don't you send me a catch can? I run a GM truck group, and I'll take a look at it and give you an honest review on it. And so that's what I aim to do, and I try to do that with all my products that I've reviewed. And you can look through, I've got a bunch of GM truck videos in my playlist where I've reviewed a ton of products. And so anyways, that's what I'm gonna do today, is go ahead and put this one on the truck, and I'm gonna drive it several hundred miles, and then I'll make a follow-up video to this one. So make sure you hit the notification bell, so whenever I make a follow-up video to this one after several hundred miles, and I drive it and see if this thing works or not, which I'm sure it will, because it looks like it's made pretty well, then we'll come back, and I'll tell you just what I find and just how much oil it trapped, and you know, I should be able to make a video here in the next few weeks, because I've got a little bit of traveling coming up. Going out of town for you know, Christmas and New Year's. So anyways, talk to you guys when I get outside and get this thing ready to hook onto the truck. All right guys, before I go outside, I wanted to go ahead and video this inside while it's nice and warm, because it's cold as balls outside. But anyways, right here it gives you a diagram of how to hook up the catch can to a 4.3 liter, and it shows you right there 4.3, the 5.3, and then the 6.2. It shows you how to route the lines and everything and hook it up. And I found out the tools that you'll need for to hook this catch can up are just an adjustable wrench. And the reason you need the adjustable wrench is right here you have these little fittings that screw on to the catch can, and you can use an adjustable wrench, or if you have some AN wrenches, you can use those. But you know, I found that if I was real gentle with just an adjustable, it didn't scratch the anodizing up. But like I said, if you have if you're worried about the coating, you can use some AN wrenches on there so it don't scratch it up. And you can always take and put a piece of tape on the jaws right there of the wrench, and use it to protect the aluminum fittings. But as far as any other tools, you'll need an Allen key, and what you'll need that for is if you want to orient the catch can with the bracket in a different location, it uses Allen keys right in there. And then right here on the back, it uses an Allen key, and I believe an 8mm. It has a 8mm head on it right there. So I used a little miniature 8mm wrench. And then to install it to the truck, the catch can hooks up here on the firewall. So you'll need a ratchet and a socket. You'll just need a 13mm, I believe it is, that takes that bolt off, and it'll connect right in here or here. And so you don't need a whole lot of fancy tools to install this thing. And you know, they give you another piece of paper that tells you about blow by and all that, and you can find their website on here, and I'll put the link in the description for their website. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, take you outside. All right, boys and girls, we're outside, and I've got the hood popped on the Sierra, and I just wanted to show you that I had been running the JLT Performance catch can, and it's very similar to this one, except the ADD-W1 or the ADD-W1 can is larger, and you know, both these cans have the same quick disconnect hoses and all that, so you know, they're both really easy to install. And so you know, I'm not going to try to do a comparison video because, like I said, there's no proper way to compare them. You're not running the engine at the same time, and you know, if you try to do it on two different engines, you're not going to get the same results because each engine has different amounts of blow by because of the way everything seals up, you know. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pull the JLT one off and install this one, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Now I'll go ahead and show you. I just pulled the old JLT catch can off, and like I said, there ain't nothing wrong with the JLT, but I just wanted to show you it was almost time for me to empty this bad boy. And you can see this thing's got quite a bit of oil down in there and sludge, and so you can see that it's super brown and gunky looking, and you don't want that shit get down in your intake and clog up your intake systems. And you know, whenever it clogs it up, it just ruins performance. And whenever you mix that oil and sludge in with you know, it just cuts the life of your engine down. You don't want all that sludge running around your motor and stuff. So you know, I'm not gonna bash JLT. They've got a great catch can, but if you put this up to this one here, you can definitely tell that the ADD-W1 is bigger around in diameter. So but the catch can, like I said, on JLT works great. So I'm gonna go empty this, and I'll be right back. All right guys, I emptied the catch can, and I just wanted to show you the residue of shit and sludge that's in the bottom of this thing. I've never seen this before. This is only the second or third time I emptied it, and now we're starting to get into colder weather, and you can definitely see that there's like some white milky gunk in the bottom of the catch can. So that shit's pretty nasty, and it just confirms what I said. You don't want that stuff down in your motor. So anyways, all right, what you do is you just take and you take this little 13mm bolt out, and I took and put a little nylite washer in there so it's not rubbing up against the paint. And so if you need to, you can turn it back and forth, and then you just tighten everything back down once you put the bracket in there. And you know, you can orient the can if you want to, or by doing it that way, or you can adjust it this way on the top and turn the can. So you know, it just depends on whichever way you want those hoses to be routed. For me, I found that I didn't need to orient the can, just straight out was perfectly fine. And so as far as the hoses, they go on really easy. All you do, you just take the old hoses off, and I don't know if you can see down in there or not, but you know, like I said, they just push on. And I'll show you right here on this fitting here at the top. All you have to do is just take and put that fitting on there, and then just push it in. And then once it's pushed in, you know, you can feel that it's, you know, inserted, and it didn't click yet. So let's see, there we go. Once you feel that click, then you know it's fully seated, and it's not going to come off. So there'll be a little bit of back and forth play on it, but it won't come off. But I'll go ahead and tell you, be careful with these little plastic clips. You don't want to break any of that, or you'll be going to the dealership or a junkyard. So anyways, once you have those hoses put on there, you just take and you run it back to the catch can. Now the way that these hoses goes into the catch can is this bottom one, this very bottom one here on the 6.2 liter, that goes down into the intake manifold. It's going to feed into the dirty side on the catch can. So it'll hook in to right in here, And the reason being is you're gonna get the dirty side of the catch can going into the catch can. It's gonna filter the impurities out, and then the outlet is gonna go into the clean side of your intake, and it's gonna be sludge free, hopefully. So just to clarify on that, the dirty side is the inlet and the clean side is the outlet. And the outlet hose, this one right here, this one right here, this one right here, goes all the way back to the top just above the throttle body. And so that's why they've got it labeled like that. So anyways, fairly simple install. Now all it's left to do is just to put on this fancy red hose clamp. Now I went ahead and got the hose clamp installed. I actually like the way that it looks. It seems to be pretty cool. So anyways, now the hoses that they give you with the catch can, they are a little bit long, and as you can see, I've got a little bit extra right in here. So if you wanted to, you could trim them down. You know, it's not a big deal if you just leave them this long. I would take and zip tie them together, just put like one zip tie on them so they don't bounce around. But you know, if you wanted to, you could trim them down to fit a little bit better. But anyways, I might cut like a couple inches off mine, and because I don't plan on ever relocating it to a different location. But if you wanted to move the catch can over here, it might fit, it might not, it'd be close. So anyways guys, I appreciate you watching the video, and please like and subscribe. You know, as always, I try to bring you guys an honest video and not feed you full of crap. And you know, it is what it is. As far as, like I said, is testing this thing out and seeing if this one's better than the JLT. There's really no great way to do that, because it's not going to be an exact test. But I will say that I was really impressed with the JLT, and you know, I don't really know anything about this one. So as far as endorsing this product, I can't really endorse it yet till I know that it actually works and catches the oil blow by and stuff. And so anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if there's another product that you'd like to see me do a video review on, please put it in the comments down below, and I do read all this stuff. So hey, if you like this product, hate this product, tell me. Either way, you know, I'll read it. And you know, if you want to tell me how sorry I am, you can do that too. I really don't care. So anyways, have a good one guys. Happy holidays.